Hello there! I'm here with 10 tips and tricks when going to Walt Disney World. So a little bit about me before I begin. I am a elementary school teacher and I teach in the Midwest, and whenever I get a chance and I've saved enough money, I love going to Walt Disney World. I have been multiple times and just love it. As an adult, it's such a great place. As a kid, it's such a great place. And I just wanted to share some tips and tricks that I have found through my visits that might be helpful to you. So without further ado, let's get to the top 10. My first tip would be to come early. At Walt Disney World, the motto, "The early bird gets the worm," is most definitely true. The earlier you get, the more rides you're able to go on without a long line. If you get right there at rope drop when they open and go straight to the rides that you most want to visit, you will have little to no wait. So coming early is a must do. My second tip would be to use the extra magic hours. If you are at a Walt Disney World resort and that's where you intend to stay, whether it be a value resort or a deluxe resort, you can take part in what they call extra magic hours. And so what extra magic hours are that in one park we'll have either morning extra magic hours or afternoon, evening extra magic hours. So Magic Kingdom might be open an hour for resort guests before they open to the general public, or they might stay open later in the evening after they have had closed for the general public. So this is a great time to go. Not as many people are there and you're able to have shorter lines for the rides you like. I say the best one is the early morning extra magic hours because you will have little to no wait on the rides, and especially very popular rides like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or the Flight of Passage. Those are rides that you want to get to as early as humanly possible so you are not waiting in line for 2 hours. So I say use those extra magic hours, especially in the morning. So my number 3 tip is to go to the big ticket items first. Now, big ticket items are the ones that generally have the longest lines. Those are your roller coasters at Magic Kingdom, Space Mountain, Splash Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which they should call a mountain one, in my opinion. That way you could visit all of the mountains. And also Peter Pan's Flight are rides that will have very long wait times if you don't visit them first thing in the morning. So when you enter the park, if you're right there at rope drop, go straight to those rides. You will not have to wait in line as long, and you might even get to ride those rides more than once. Especially for me, there's been times that I have gone and visited those big ticket items first in the morning and have got to do all the rides in one area of the park before it was busy. So it's great, and that works for all parks. You want to visit those big ticket items first if you don't have a fast pass. My tip number 4 would be to download the My Disney Experience app on your phone. This app is connected to your Magic Band, which I'm pointing to even though I'm not wearing it, and it does everything from hold your fast passes, it holds your reservations, your photos if you have the PhotoPass, it shows you where you are and will help you in where you need to go to get to certain rides. It will show you wait times. It actually is now doing experience where you can order your food before you get to a restaurant on the park. It's just an amazing app. They have just made it more and more user-friendly as the years have gone on, and I just think it's a must-have when you are visiting the parks. And The positive too is all Walt Disney parks have free Wi-Fi, at least for Walt Disney World. So it's a great way to be able to have the most on your trip by using that My Disney Experience app. So my tip number 5 is to come weather prepared. In Florida, Walt Disney World, weather can be very unpredictable. It could rain, it could be very muggy, it could be very hot, and it also can get pretty cold as well. So what I suggest is to be weather prepared. And especially with the rain, what I like to do is before my trip, I will go to the dollar store and I will buy ponchos for myself and whoever is going with me on my trip, and I just stick them in my bag and I wear them when it starts to rain. And this helps me in avoiding spending $15 or more to get an umbrella or a poncho from the parks. So if you have just the dollar poncho, then when you're done with your trip, you can just throw it away and you don't feel guilty for spending all that money that you could have been buying awesome souvenirs with. So also on that vein is to also wear sunscreen. It can get very hot in Florida and you want to protect your skin. I have had sunburns before because I have forgotten to wear sunscreen, especially on my nose. So make sure that you're protecting your skin and wear that sunscreen, and buy your sunscreen at home and bring with you instead of buying at the parks, because you are going to pay quite a lot of money if you buy sunscreen at the parks. So my number 6 tip is to scope out a place where you would want to view the parade or fireworks shows, and to do so at least an hour before the parade or fireworks begin. For Happily Ever After, you most definitely want a view of the castle because they put amazing projections on the castle which make the fireworks 10 times more exciting. So what I generally do is an hour, maybe even 2 hours before the fireworks begin, I get some quick service for myself and the people who are with me, and we sit, we eat, and we just people watch, because Disney World is one of the best places to people watch. And when the fireworks begin, you will have a great spot and be able to truly enjoy these amazing fireworks. My next tip is get the PhotoPass. PhotoPass is a additional cost in which anytime you get pictures with a character or you're on certain rides that have pictures while you're riding the rides, you will get those pictures downloaded onto your My Disney Experience app, and then you can download them, you can print them, do whatever you want. And these are pictures by great photographers. Disney really gets fantastic photographers. And in addition to those pictures with characters or pictures of the ride, you can also do what's called magic shots. So if you ever see a photographer that has a camera but it's not on a tripod, a lot of times they're doing magic shots. So they'll have you look a certain direction and be surprised, or they'll have you hold out your hand, and then when you go onto My Disney Experience app and you look at your PhotoPass pictures, in your hand is Tinkerbell or Sebastian, and it's something that you can't get just from taking a picture of yourself with a character. That makes sense. So they will also do videos of you on the rides as you're riding some of the rides, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Tower of Terror, and it's honestly like a little movie that you're featured in, and that's with the PhotoPass. Now, if you don't want to purchase the PhotoPass, which is fine, there have been many years that I didn't purchase PhotoPass, you can give your phone or camera to one of the cast members and they are more than happy to take a picture for you. They are fantastic at that, and Disney has some of the best workers in the world, and they are excellent photographers as well. But my advice, buy the PhotoPass and buy it before you go on your trip. It's cheaper. My number 8 tip is to beware the gift shops. So what I didn't realize when I first visited Disney World for the first time is that there are gift shops everywhere. I mean, everywhere. You can close your eyes, turn in a circle, point, and you will most probably land on a gift shop. When you get off a ride, almost every ride has you exit through a gift shop. Now, for me, I love gift shops. I love buying souvenirs. I am a huge Disney buyer. I spend way too much money buying things at Disney, but it brings me joy. But you want to prepare yourself that there are going to be gift shops everywhere you look, and especially if you have small children, you want to prepare them for that and prepare yourself for that, so that way they're not asking for something after every single ride you exit. But just beware of the power of the gift shop. My number 9 tip is to look at the details. Disney is amazing at their details. When you visit other amusement parks, a lot of times they don't take the time to make their amusement parks a full experience. It's just a ride, and once you get off the ride, that's done. But Disney is amazing at making you feel like you're entering, to quote Aladdin, a whole new world. So just be on the lookout for all the little details. They have what are called hidden Mickeys, where they'll have the 3 circles of Mickey, his little silhouette, everywhere you look, and they're hidden in places that you wouldn't expect. There are also, if you go in the Rapunzel area, the Rapunzel bathroom area, she really needs a ride, not just a bathroom. Rapunzel rant over. But there are hidden pascals. If you look down Main Street, there are signs, there's music playing when you least expect it. It's just all the little details that make Disney World such a magical place to be. And don't just speed through. Take time and look at those details, because it'll make your experience that much more enjoyable. So my number 10 tip, and this I feel is the most important tip of all: enjoy yourself. Walt Disney World is an amazing place to be, and if you're like me who lives in the Midwest, it's not something you can go and see often. And so you want to really enjoy every minute you have. If it's raining, if there are long lines, just think to yourself, I'm at Disney World. I may be in a line, but I'm at Disney World. The people there are so amazingly kind. It's one of, I know this sounds corny, but it's one of the happiest places on earth. And I wouldn't have gone back so many times if I didn't truly believe that. They are amazing at what they do, and it's just an amazing experience. And enjoy it. Enjoy every minute of it. Don't stress yourself out. It can be very daunting. It's a lot of walking. You'll get tired, but enjoy yourself. Truly enjoy where you are and all that you get to see and do at this most magical place. Well, those were my top 10 tips or tricks when visiting Walt Disney World. If you have a tip or trick that has worked well for you when you visited Walt Disney World, please let me know in the comments. I always love learning about new tips and tricks, and I hope this helps you when you are planning your Walt Disney World vacation. So have a wonderful day, and make sure to make it magical. Bye. I love swirly chairs, swirly, swirly, swirly chairs.